Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and today we will be talking about the latest news regarding to Real Madrid and of course the possible signings and the possible players coming up next year to Real Madrid. So today I wanted to get into it, describing a couple of videos from Fabrizio Romano, who uploaded a couple of things, a couple of videos about not only Erling Haaland but also Antonio Rüdiger and Tchouameni. That is very important because they are the names that right now are surrounding the most Real Madrid, and everybody wants to know what is going to happen, what is the latest news, what is the quick update on these players and Real Madrid. So let me get started with the first thing I have to say, but it's not about these players, it is about the future of Dani Ceballos. As you know, Dani Ceballos has had a major change on his future, because Dani Ceballos has been a long time ago linked to a possible transfer to Betis, but apparently right now, considering all the good games that he has had, I mean how good he has performed in Real Madrid over the last month and a half, some people within Real Madrid are considering they should keep Dani Ceballos for the next year, right? And how that decision can affect to the future signing of Aurelien Tchouameni, because they pretty much play not in the same position, right? But still very similar. So from my understanding and what I've been told in the last days is that Dani Ceballos, according to Ramon Alvarez Demon and other very serious journalists, apparently Dani Ceballos or people within Real Madrid are considering to keep Dani Ceballos in Real Madrid and maybe to rule out Tchouameni, because we already have a very good midfield with players like Fede Valverde, Eduard Camavinga, still Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, and of course if possible, Dani Ceballos, right? So I'm gonna let you know that Dani Ceballos is still in the loop of Real Madrid because there's no a kind of final decision regarding to the player. So let's see what happens. We will have to wait a little bit more because, as you know, Tchouameni has been sounding very close to Real Madrid over the last 2 months, okay? So let me move on now and let's talk about Aurelien Tchouameni. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Aurelien Tchouameni has been the most scouted player this year by Real Madrid, which means Real Madrid has been sending over friends, a lot of people to track and monitoring Tchouameni, because apparently the guy is so good that he might join Real Madrid, or at least Florentino Perez and others in Real Madrid really like the player. And what might happen is that the player might join Real Madrid for the next season. Of course, it's not gonna be easy if you consider the price that he has, and Monaco is asking about 60 to 80 million euros for the player, which is, in my opinion, I mean, not insane, but in somehow is not a very cheap deal, right? And it's not easy deal. And Fabrizio Romano also added that Juventus and Chelsea tried to sign the player last year, so we don't really know what is going to happen in these clubs regarding to the player this year. I mean, we all know Chelsea is going through right now a very tough moment, and I don't think that they will have a decision regarding to the player in the coming days, in the coming weeks or something. Let me play the video from Fabrizio Romano.
Next season for Real Madrid.
Well, first he's talking about Rüdiger. I will be talking about Rüdiger later on, but now let's concentrate a little bit more in Tchouameni. Let me see.
Official answer on Kylian Mbappé, but guys, for Real Madrid, that Real Madrid are preparing the contracts of payment, so Madrid next season. Madrid are not going to release any official statement before the end of Chelsea, but no option included for a further season to be Toni Rüdiger. Then for Real Madrid, guys, many of you asking me about Aurelien Tchouameni. I love this player, fantastic midfielder from Monaco, fantastic.
The funny thing, the other day, right after the game Manchester City Real Madrid, Aurelien Tchouameni tweeted something saying, wow, what a spectacular game, stuff like that. And Fabrizio Romano responded to him saying, hey, we'll see you soon there. Meaning that apparently, according maybe to the information that Fabrizio Romano might have, Tchouameni might be as well in the radar of Real Madrid, okay?
Fantastic midfielder from France national team. He's always doing incredible with Didier Deschamps, who trusts him, and this boy tweeted a few days ago about Champions League football, how special is Champions League football immediately after the game between Manchester City and Real Madrid. So it was a message, he's waiting for Champions League football. What I can tell you is that there are huge chances for him to leave Monaco this summer. Last summer he had some chances in Premier League.
Now he says that he was about to leave Monaco for Chelsea and Juventus de Turin. So that is pretty much what we have. Let me share with y'all what he says about the scouting from Real Madrid.
Same for Juventus. So Chelsea and Juventus wanted him. Last price of Tchouameni is completely different. And what about the other clubs? Chelsea, now they are working on the new the midfield, but Tchouameni has always been in the radar together with Koundé in the defense, and they have the same agent. This is why the connection is still there. I'm told there is strong interest from the Premier League, and so keep an eye on Liverpool, keep an eye on what happens at Manchester United.
Yeah, he talks about other Premier League teams that might be interested in signing Aurelien Tchouameni.
United, because they will go for a midfielder, but at the moment still no negotiations open for Tchouameni, but he could be a huge chance for the Premier League clubs. I'm told that they are really keen on signing him in the summer. Real Madrid, they sent their scouts more than 5 times.
Real Madrid sent more than 5 times, I mean up to 5 times, scouts to watch and track Tchouameni. That is very important because that means Real Madrid is super interested in the player, okay? So we have to keep in mind Aurelien Tchouameni will always be in the radar of Real Madrid. I mean, as far as I know, and this is my own information, Aurelien Tchouameni already reached an agreement with Real Madrid, and also Monaco and Real Madrid had an agreement on the player. So to me, the player will be a Real Madrid player very soon, but the situation with Ceballos might have changed a couple things. So let's see what happens.
This year, this season, only this season, to scout Aurelien Tchouameni. He is highly rated, but Real Madrid wants to consider his signing after having the official decision of Kylian Mbappé.
Yeah, they are still working on it, okay? So now let's move on and let's talk about Erling Haaland and what Fabrizio Romano said the other day, because today a new article in the Diario AS came up from Marco Ruiz, claiming the player has already said yes to Real Madrid, which is a little bit confusing to me, as we didn't know the player, according to the latest information, was dealing with Real Madrid, right? But according to Marco Ruiz, Erling Haaland, and this is why the information is confusing, because according to Marco Ruiz, Erling Haaland is waiting for Real Madrid to sign Kylian Mbappé and rule out every single option that he still might have to join Real Madrid, right? To me, it doesn't make any sense, because according to Fabrizio Romano, everything is up to the clubs, is not up to the player, right? So we still have to wait to see what happens, right? So to me, my suggestion, guys, is don't believe too much whatever the information is coming up, okay? So just be cautious, be careful, and don't be prone to believe every single thing that comes up in the newspapers.
Conte is doing an incredible job with Tottenham, he always, but Real Madrid are now that is really still, they are more than front runners. Okay,
he's talking about Manchester City, and what he's claiming is basically Manchester City are right now more than front runners. I mean, and it's not they are only ahead in the signing in the race for Erling Haaland. They are more than that, significantly more than that. And Real Madrid is aware that Manchester City is ahead of them. But the thing is, according to Ramon Alvarez de Mon today, Real Madrid has ruled out to the player, or is not, is not having the determination enough to go ahead and try to sign the player. That is according to Ramon Alvarez de Mon. Let me share with you all the latest video from Ramon Alvarez de Mon talking about Erling Haaland, because it's very revealing, and in my opinion is one of the best videos to have some fresh information regarding to Erling Haaland.
Que por lo que me ha llegado, sinceramente el Real Madrid desecha.
Real Madrid is ruling out the possibility to go ahead and sign Erling Haaland.
La opción de fichar a Haaland, ¿no? En el sentido no de que lo tuviese ya hecho y renuncia al fichaje, sino que no va a hacer lo que tiene que hacer para poder fichar al...
Real Madrid is not going all in. Real Madrid is not going 200% to sign the player, because there are a lot of hesitation that are preventing Real Madrid to go ahead, that are holding back to Real Madrid to go ahead and sign Erling Haaland. And one of the reasons why that is happening, it is pretty much the injuries, all the multiple injuries Erling Haaland has had over the last 3 years as a professional soccer player. That is exactly what he says now. It's been 15 different injuries in 3 years. And that is too much for Real Madrid.
Al jugador noruego, ¿no? No terminan de ver claro. El tema de las lesiones preocupa muchísimo.
Yeah, the injury thing is a big concern within Real Madrid.
Pero muchísimo. Se piensa que puede ser un jugador que en el futuro tenga problemas reales, ¿no? Con el tema de las lesiones.
Yeah, they think in the future he might have a lot of problems and, you know, obstacles on the way to get through and be successful in Real Madrid. So that's why what we don't want to happen is to have or to pay a crazy money for a player that is going to become another Eden Hazard, Gareth Bale, and things like that. We have a very bad experience with this kind of players, right? So that is exactly what Real Madrid doesn't want to happen.
Y la verdad es que que ese es uno de los principales impedimentos. Sé que puede sonar a una excusa por parte.
So that's it, okay? Right now, what I have to say as kind of conclusion, it is Real Madrid is not going ahead for Erling Haaland. Manchester City are the front runners to sign Erling Haaland, and of course we still have to think about there is a little chance for us to sign the Norwegian player, but it's gotta be difficult, okay? So that is pretty much what I had for you all today. I hope you liked the video, and of course subscribe my channel if possible.